Hello, all you beautiful people. This is Optimistically Depressed, and I am your host, Ruth McMullen, and we're changing things up a little bit. Well, first of all, we're releasing this on Friday instead of Thursday because I was grocery shopping yesterday, and it took all day, and we didn't do it earlier in the week because we've lost all concept of time. I'm also doing things differently because I'm doing the intro before I actually do the podcast, which I've done before with Sean before, right? Yeah, Sean's here. Say hi, Sean.
Hi.
I was expecting you to be like, hi, Sean.
Oh, okay.
Because it was a classic dad.
I'm saving my jokes.
Okay, it was a classic dad joke that I set you up for.
Okay,
I thought you'd take advantage of it. But clearly, even though we've been married for almost 14 years,
has it really
we
been
still
that
don't
long?
know each other that well.
Wow. There's so much to learn.
Oh my goodness. But intro stuff.
What have you been up to this week?
But wait, no, that's podcast stuff. We're doing an intro right now.
Oh, okay.
Wait, no, I do usually talk what I've been up to.
Yeah, that's the intro.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. This week I've been trying out new recipes.
Yes. I liked the one the other night. The chili cheese soup.
Only you had it without the cheese.
Yes. It was quite good, delicious.
Thank you very much. I just finished it off today, just now. Mm-hmm. It was delicious.
You're becoming quite a chef, I will say.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Like, I'm excited to see what you're going to cook up. There's one dad joke.
There we go. That was good. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like, I guess we're just like trying to make a new routine. I've been trying to get up early again because I was sleeping in for a while, but I realized that I need to be able to get up before the rest of the family gets up. I've been aiming for right now just 5:30, which
I aim for 9.
I know, but you know, kids have been up and so I've been getting up at one morning was 5:30, one morning was 6. But my goal is to get to 5. That will feel good.
Yeah, routines are displaced. That's the best way to put it.
Yeah. And honestly, like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of what I've been doing this week. I've been like trying to read more. You've been
working out again?
Working out again. I got cleared by the doctor to start working out again. And that feels so good. Yep. I'm noticing results now, which feels really good.
Yeah, that's nice to see because I know how much you love it. So it's nice to see you doing that again.
Thanks. It's so funny. Like, I was actually thinking about that the other day because it was just like, I just started to really actually enjoy working out. In the past, it took me probably 6 or 7 years of consistent exercising to finally be like, oh, actually, this isn't that bad.
Yeah.
All of that time before that, like, I hated it. I just did it.
Yeah.
Because I knew that I would feel good about it later. That it helped me mentally, and that's what I needed. So I did it.
Right.
But now I'm starting to actually be like, I finally am starting to understand why people kind of like the burn. Still not a huge fan of it, but it is kind of like, oh yeah, that means like things are working, you know?
Yeah.
Things are happening.
I've been having to try new things since my gym routine is obviously canceled or postponed.
Right.
So First, I went for a run like 2 weeks ago for like a 5K, and then I was in so much pain the next 2 days. I was like, nah, I hate running too. Like, I just like, I don't know, unless you're running away from something.
Or towards something.
Yeah, what's the point of just running? Like, are you crazy? But then I went on like 10K walks last week. I honestly don't remember.
I don't know. I have no concept
I think it was last
anymore.
week, and I did 3 days in a row, and then I got terrible blisters on my feet. It's like, and walking's so boring. So I was just like, I hate this. So I got my bike. Went into the office this week quickly and safely to get my bike.
Yeah, there were only like 2 other people in the office, and you kept your distance.
3. There were 3.
Oh my goodness, that's too much.
Yeah, and got my bike and came home. A neighbor had a bike pump, so he left it on his front step for me went back inside his house. Then I went over and grabbed it, washed my hands. I was able to pump up my bike tires and went for a bike ride today, which sucked because it was so friggin' windy. But you know what? The burn, you're talking about the burn earlier. Mm-hmm. I started getting used to that when I was at the gym, like getting used to that feeling and then moving past it. So I just have to get back to that. I'm so thankful that it's getting warmer because I don't like the treadmill. I don't like our indoor bike. I've got really good at playing video games again. I was saying to my friends the other night,
Wait, we're getting into podcast territory, dude.
Oh, is this still the intro?
We're still in the intro.
Okay, let's go to the intro music now.
But wait.
Okay.
There's one other thing I want to say.
Oh, yes, okay.
I want to talk to all of you listening out there because I want to say I hope that you're doing okay. And that I hope that like you're listening to the government and to the healthcare professionals because that's who the government is listening to. I hope that you're listening to the healthcare professionals and taking care of yourselves because that's the only way that we're going to get through this because that's the only way that we're going to stop the virus from spreading quickly. And we need to prevent that from happening because otherwise our hospitals are not going to be able to handle all the people that have to go in and people are going to die from it. Like, so this is very serious. And I hope that, I guess like I have been listening to the news. Oh, one of our kids just came in. This is 5%. Do you need a charger, dude? Yeah. Okay. All right. But yeah, I've just been listening to the stories and I get like the whole like people don't want to be told what to do. I totally get that because I'm a lot of the times I have that reaction of like, don't tell me what to do. Like I'm smart enough. I can take care of myself. And I think that that's true. Like for us, I do think that's true. But I think that one of the other things is that mistakes can happen. And so even if we're not trying to be careless, like if we're being careful, sometimes that's just still not enough. You know, like you go out or like you're hanging out with people that you're kind of like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't be hanging out with these people and whatever. And then, but like, it's just this one time or it's whatever. And then you end up like, you can get sick. Anyway, I don't know. Maybe I'm going a little bit too far into this, but, honestly, I am scared and I'm starting to actually feel scared, but I guess that's podcast stuff too. So I won't get too far into that. What I really want to say is I do hope all of you are doing okay. And I want to say a couple things about Sean as though he's not sitting right across from me because that's usually what I do with people that I do podcasts with. So Sean just covered his ears. Sean, you don't have to cover your ears. It's fine. Whoa, I could hear the suction of you pulling your hands off your ears. Is your eardrum okay?
It's all right.
It's all right. But yeah, so something I want to say about Sean is that it's a lot of fun being in quarantine with him, or I guess self-isolation with him. We were in quarantine for a little bit just because of my the issues I was kind of having with my lungs, but he's fun. He's easy to talk to, and I still really enjoy hanging out with him, and we play video games together, and that's a lot of fun. And it's nice being around somebody who's really understanding of my process and respectful of my process, and is respectful of the way that I am trying to handle this. And it's just nice being around someone that you're not feeling judged by, because especially we're in this unprecedented time, at least in our lifetimes. And you're not going to be yourself all the time. Or maybe it's that just different aspects of yourself are coming out that don't usually come out because you're not in a situation that's going to call for it. So there can be a lot of fear there, because then you're kind of well, what if the people that I love don't understand why I'm behaving this way, or why I need these things? And it can, it just makes you feel a little bit more scared, and that maybe you'll lose that love, or maybe you'll lose that understanding. And Sean, like, you've been really good at helping me know that you're not going to make me, like, that you're not going to look down on me and judge me or think that, you know, well, you should be doing differently. And I think that helps me be better. Like, it helps me do better. It helps me feel better. Like, it helps me just, like, not feel like so alone and like I'm kind of, I don't know, crazy for having a glass of wine at 2:00 in the afternoon while I'm taking a bath, you know, and then coming back out and having another glass of wine because, my gosh.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. And I just, and like my obsessive, like, I need to get to bed early because I need to get up early, and you're just really respectful of that, and like you don't make me stay up with you or make me feel guilty about that. And when I'm tired and you know that I'm tired and the kids come in, you are very quick to be like, okay, shh, no, but just don't wake mommy, and then you take them back to their bed or whatever. And you've just been like really amazing through all this, and
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Well, thank you. So I just want to say that. Okay. So enjoy what you're enjoy what you're about to listen to with Sean and I. Cue
The
intro. And we're back.
Well, thank you for that intro.
Oh, you're
It was
welcome.
very sweet and very heartfelt, because I know when you say things, they're very heartfelt because you think about them for a long time before you say them.
I'm so glad that I give that impression because it's totally false. Sorry, I get like this when I cry.
That's
I
all
try
right.
to like make jokes to like lighten the mood or something, and
Well, I don't know where to start. Like, we are day whatever it is, and the school boards are gonna be sending home stuff to teach our kids and homeschooling our kids. It's like, I don't know how that's gonna go.
It's daunting.
But they said, one of the emails from the teachers said, take it slow, like, don't put pressure on yourself.
That's like, right, they know what to say.
Right? It's just like,
It's like we're not trying.
and I saw this really encouraging graphic that's being shared around on social media. It was about, like, you're not working from home, you're working from home during a crisis. So there's a difference, right? You're not just working from home. You're trying to work when there's a crisis in our world. So keep that in mind when you're doing anything that you're doing. Like, things are not normal.
No, they're not.
Right. Things are completely changed right now because we have to be to protect ourselves from each other. We're all in this together, but we're not together. And so it's really important to do virtual hangouts, listen to other people's podcasts, call people. We have technology. We have so much technology now that we can communicate with anyone we want at any point. And I just think that that's a gift we have. That's a silver lining in all of this. And, you know, I think that's really important for people to try to put into their routines daily. I don't know how I got there from where I was, but yes, the teachers, they're doing what they can. They obviously care about their students. And I can't imagine how, what's going on with them. I can't imagine what's going on with most people. I just know what's happening with my few close friends, my family, who we talk every day. I've had a couple low days this week where I kind of just panicked, I guess, in my head and just let it all get to me. Yeah. And that's normal. And it was nice to like have my parents there for that. And just to kind of give me that little boost back to, reality.
Yeah.
And it's been nice too, just like I'm adjusting to, I didn't think it'd be possible to work from home, honestly, to do my job, but I have been able to do work from here. And the kids are adjusting too. They see us, and I think that we're kind of getting to a new balance of things.
I think we're starting to.
I'm really glad this pandemic happened now versus like in the dead of winter where it was freezing cold out. I'm not glad it happened, but I mean,
of all the times
if it's going to happen, when it starts getting warmer, the kids can go in the backyard. That's great. Or we can go in the backyard.
That does, it kind of gives like a little bit of hope.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think that, I've been watching a lot of like comedy lately.
I know.
And like to kind of just relieve or escape. I've been to relieve the tension or like kind of diving into escapism movies.
Yeah.
I can't really handle any dramas right now. I need a levity.
I feel
things.
It's like I feel like I'm gonna need to like start getting into more lighthearted things because like I've been watching Breaking Bad, and it's a good show, but like it's so heavy now, and it's just like this is too much. Like this feeling that I get when I'm watching this show is now too similar to how I just kind of feel.
Right. Yeah.
So it's just like I need a break now. I watched a movie with Zoe this morning. That's our oldest daughter, for those of you listening, and it was The Croods. And it was just like, it was perfect. It was what the doctor ordered. It was so nice because it was just like, this is just funny. And it helped kind of provide a little escape. And, it was just a nice bonding time too.
Yeah, that's nice.
But yeah, I know it's nice to hear that people are, I'm trying to think of the best way to put this. It's like, we're all kind of having a hard time, and that's normal, and like that's okay. So you don't have to be afraid of like being like, what's wrong with me? Like it's just like it's not nothing. There's nothing wrong with you. I like that quote that you gave earlier. It's like you're not just trying to work from home. You're like you're dealing with a pandemic.
Yeah. And you were being asked to stay home. Yeah. Right? It's not like you are choosing this. But even though it maybe feels like you are, it's just you.
It's like you just don't really have that option. Like it's one thing to just work from home and being like, I think I'm going to pop out for a bit and like grab something. It's not like that anymore. No. You're just like, I can't just go over to the neighbor's house and like say hi or borrow something. Like I can't just have a friend over tonight.
Yeah. I've been looking for new ways of escape too, in terms of not just in terms of like media, like entertainment, like gaming or television shows or movies, but I've been looking for new things because you can't go to any parks anymore. You can't go to any public places, so that limits my photography outings, which is what I used to go break up those those feelings. So I've been re-editing old photos,
which they're gorgeous, by the way.
Thank you. It's been fun. I had to cancel my big trip to Mount Baker next month. There's just no way it's going to happen. But the school, I did ask them for my money back twice, and they're just holding on to it. But I get it. Like, I know what position they would be into, and they're a small company, and a lot of respect for them, and they're going to hold it as long as I want, and I can come back, use it whenever I want. So
it's not like they're just taking your money.
And exactly. I got my money back from WestJet, like as a refund, as a travel bank, and my WestJet dollars refunded. So that's all back, which
it's still usable, and that's good. Yeah.
So just, hopefully at some point maybe that'll be my big treat to myself, go climb a mountain after this pandemic.
Yeah.
Which,
after I have my big spa day.
Yeah. I guess your trip in Quebec is done. It's not going to happen.
I would assume
most
probably
likely
not.
Yeah.
No.
Right. I miss my friends. I was saying that to the guys I was talking to last night. We game online. They know who they are. And it's just like, it's funny who you start, the people you think of are usually the people that you are like, okay, these are actually the people in my life.
Yeah.
When you're in hard times, who do you think of?
Yeah.
And honestly, it's been like my family, and then my family, they've all been going through, they're all affected by this in different ways. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to get into that, a lot of that, because it's private stuff, but there's just so, and we're only one family. There's hundreds of thousands of people.
Millions.
And I'm just thinking like Nova Scotia alone.
Oh, okay.
Right? Who are all affected by this. Everyone's affected by this one global thing. And how do you, like, normally when times are tough, you come together.
I know. Yeah,
so
I think that's...
And you can't. You can only meet virtually.
Which, it's great to have that option.
Yeah. If we didn't have that, we'd be writing letters in the mail.
Yeah, we wouldn't even be able to see each other's faces.
Yeah, sending pics, printing off pictures, sending them in the mail.
But you wouldn't be able to print them off.
Well,
unless you had a printer.
Yeah.
Okay, well, now we're good. Sorry, anyway, yes.
Yeah, look at me working out today. Sent 2 weeks later. It's like, you look great. It's like, oh, that was 2 weeks ago.
That was 2 weeks ago. I've totally gone back. I look terrible again.
So.
I've been... it's weird, so I'm out here and most of my family is in Ontario, but I have my one cousin, I'm going to give her a shout out, Jen, who's here, and it's weird, not having her over, because usually, when it's, feeling lonely and all that kind of thing, and she it's so nice to have her over and, have a glass of wine, and especially around this time of the year, which we're, coming up to. We just had my grandma's birthday, and then and we had to be in self-isolation for that. And then the anniversary of her death is coming up on the 10th. And it's hard, because usually that's, we have a thing that we do. You know, we get together, and our family in Ontario gets together, and we remember her together, and we have Chinese food, because that was one of her favorite things to eat. And we just kind of talk about her, and it's good. And, because it's a nice way to kind of get through a hard time. And now and I know that so many people have things like this, where it's just you're already having kind of a hard time. And I know that there would be a lot of people who would be going through already worse nightmarish things, and then when you kind of add in, now we can't get together, and we're dealing with the anxiety and the fear involved with this pandemic. It's just that it makes it just really difficult, almost unbearable. So I've been thinking a lot about how you get that inner strength, and where does that come from? And, when you're feeling powerless, then where is that power? And I know that a lot of people would be I was just thinking about how different people get that from different places, and we were talking about this earlier today, having a belief in a greater power. It's kind of so then, do I put that there, and how is that going to really help me right now? And, what are other people looking at and believing right now? And I kind of went off on a little bit of a tangent there, but it's just, it does bring up a lot of questions, which, that's not a bad thing.
Nope.
So anyway, I was laying awake at last night, just kind of feeling some good old anxiety over like
over the future.
Because I think it's kind of starting to sink in now, where it's like,
how
this
severe
isn't
this
just,
is.
yeah, it's like this isn't just going away soon.
No.
Like we're still in the beginning.
Yep.
So that's it's starting to sink in.
Yeah, it's what do you say? Like that's when I talk with my friends, we're like, you start talking and then you're like, you just kind of run out of words because you're like, there's nothing to do. We're just waiting it out, and we're listening to health experts, and that's all we can do, right? You can't go out and just like fight the coronavirus unless you're a doctor or a nurse or a healthcare practitioner or a virologist, or you can create if you're a scientist and create a vaccine. Then the front end, you've got these grocery store workers who are putting their lives out there to make sure people are fed, like get their groceries, and it's, and they receive next to no money.
They did get a little bit of a pay raise, which I hope is feeling good for them. Like,
yeah, and so I always think, when I have to go out, I thank them for
like thanks for being here. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, yesterday when I went to Gateway and I was talking with this girl there, I don't know if I caught her name. I don't know if I got her name, but she had awesome purple hair. And I was like, thank you for being here. Like, thanks for coming to work today. And then she actually said something that it was kind of like, oh, yeah. She was just like, yeah, well, I need the money too.
Yep,
and it was just
true.
Like, that's true.
Yeah.
So it's almost like, yeah, these people are like, it's like they also just don't really have an option.
Right.
Which that is just like, oh, oof, like that's, she was like nice about it. She didn't say it in a mean way or anything.
Yeah.
But, so then it's kind of like, oh yeah, that's another aspect of it. And we're pretty lucky. I mean, my source of income is gone.
Mm-hmm.
But yours isn't.
Some
of them are.
Some
like with your videos and stuff that you do. And
but we're all going through it. Everyone's affected by it. So I hope there's a lot of grace extended by big companies to the little man.
Yeah.
And, small businesses are hurting too. And, the government's going to do what they can to keep our economy alive.
Mm-hmm.
I'm no expert on any of this. I just regurgitate what I read on the news, which I got to just take a news break day because I'm going to drive myself insane.
Yeah. I've been like not going even on my phone because I'm just like, I just can't.
Yeah. You just wait till I come in the kitchen and be like, hey, did you hear this?
Yeah. And then I'll be like, no.
Yeah.
I know. But yeah, so if there are some of you out there who are like, yeah, I sent you a message and you're not responding, it's not because I'm ignoring you. It's because I just honestly, I'm struggling to be staying in a good headspace.
Yep.
And I'm doing everything that I know to do, and I am doing what I can.
Excuse me.
And part of that is just I'm staying off my phone.
Yeah.
I'm playing games on it, and even that I haven't even been doing a lot of that.
Yeah,
because I just don't want to even get the little news flashes. I can't.
People love you, Ruth. They want to hear from you, but it's important to protect yourself for sure.
That's the other thing too. I was kind of like a lot of people have been on Instagram, and I was on there for a while, and there are a lot of really encouraging things that people are putting out there.
Mm-hmm.
But then part of it is kind of like, I don't know if I can handle even just being reminded over and over again that the coronavirus exists.
Yep, I know.
It's just maybe
you resort to survivalist mentality, right? You protect your kin, your children.
Yeah.
And you protect yourself, and me, and most people are doing that. I think maybe if you can do one thing a day to just put that good energy and good, kindness out there to someone. I'm saying to you, but it's good to, do that once a day, I think, as a society, because I think mental health right now is probably suffering in a lot of people, because I know it's suffering with myself and with you. So we're two people, mm-hmm. and we're definitely not alone in that. So
yeah, that's such a good point. one thing that it makes me think is you also need to look for that way to feel inspired.
Yeah.
Because like you can't give what you don't have.
It's true.
So yeah, put out that good thing, but you also have to
Well,
find that good thing.
You're doing it right now.
Oh.
I'm an old smoothie.
Well, thanks.
Yeah.
I've been. Oh, Picard needs in. Hold on. Picard.
Ruth's just getting Picard right now. He is a crybaby.
He's the little crybaby. Oops. Hey. I know. But one thing that I've been kind of doing that has been encouraging is reading like good books, like inspirational books by like. It's good to read. I find it helpful to read books by people who've been through difficult times, who have like a good outlook, because then it's kind of like that's hopeful. And when I go on Instagram, I try to look for people who are putting out either funny things or just encouraging things. Like I saw a post, I think maybe it was yesterday, that you told me about it to take a look. It was the companies that came out of the last recession.
Oh, right. The one that Adrian shared.
Yeah, that was like, well, look at all these good things that came out of the last like recession. Right. So that was encouraging. I
thought you were going to refer to the GIF I sent you of the dog puking after smelling his owner's butt. I've watched that so many times, and I can't stop watching it. Honestly, I thought that's what you were referring to before you started that sentence, but you took it a different direction. It's probably for the best. We might edit this out. We might not.
No, we're leaving that in.
Okay. If anyone wants that GIF and is listening to us at this point, just send me a message. I'll find it and I'll send it to you. It's disgusting but hilarious. Yep.
Oh my gosh, what are we doing with our lives? Anyway, I think that's what I can do right now. I think that's all I got right now.
That's all I got right now. It's nice to be on the show again.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to try to figure out a way to do phone interviews with people. But you might be hearing from Sean and I more or the fam.
Oh, I could pretend I'm a different person every week.
How about we do?
Okay,
we're done now.
Okay. Thanks for having me on the show. It was nice.
Thanks for coming on the show.
All right.
All of you listening, I do hope that you're doing okay. And do feel free to send me a message. It's not that I don't want to hear from people. I do. I'm just I'm in a funk, and I think that's probably something that a lot of you can relate to. But I hope that you're doing okay. I hope that you're finding ways to take care of yourself. And know that one thing has not changed. I am still sitting here.
Loving you. Can I say that any more sultry?
Oh my gosh, I guess that's it.